Welcome to Mr. Movie Recap. Today I have brought a very good movie, so let's start with a girl named Katia who was going to Russia with her mom. During the journey, Katia got infected. But when he opened his eyes, he came to know that there was something wrong with the plane. When she looked around, she could not see her mom anywhere. Now it was announced in the plane that the plane was going to make an emergency landing shortly. Due to this, she gets disconnected and she looks back to find her mom. An old woman is seen in the back seat. She was reciting some mantra. Why do the old woman's eyes suddenly turn white? After seeing the cut, she gets so scared that she faints. Meanwhile, their plane suddenly catches fire, due to which the plane gets destroyed and falls down, and in this accident all the people lose their lives except Katia, because she was saved. That's why only episodes were being shown everywhere in the news. After which we are shown 20 years later in the story where Katia has got married and now she also has a daughter. There is another port, it will bite even today. They keep harassing him to get an interview. Now here is a news report from when Katie had gone with her daughter. Coming 20 years before Kardian. He starts talking about that accident, to which Dia replies that now I have forgotten that accident, after which Katia and her daughter went to the airport because she was taking her daughter to her grandfather, but after seeing it seemed as if we weren't much of a traveler. It was cut here that the daughter was still there. Mama wants to sit on this seat for the last time, on which she refuses, saying no. Son, that seat is not ours, it was before we took it, and his daughter meets a reporter. Katia seemed very upset after hearing about the bad weather, so the reporter consoled her and nothing would happen without them. Everything will be good, even bad weather will be fine. Everyone notices that our previous Ronch is getting worse. Actually, there was a bad woman whose health was deteriorating. She was nervous while reading the story. She was very scared of traveling in the same plane because she was a brain doctor, so she went to the old woman and took care of her. She also gives him medicine to relieve tension. Yes, she herself used to eat, and in the front view of the plane, we see a man who was a very big businessman, who sees a boy sitting on his seat of 7, who is 1 and he is currently painting. Was making. The plane moves ahead to take off. She was in the washroom when she heard her mother's voice. As soon as she opens the door, she comes into a house which was actually the same house. I used to live upstairs with my mom. She walks around the entire house and opens the door to go out. She was quite surprised to see him again on the plane. As he moved ahead, he saw that the emergency exit was blocked. Within a few days, the air hostess arrived here and asked him to sit on his seat. Yes, the reporter tries to ask why are we so worried? But she doesn't answer any of it. Then here she tells her daughter about her plane accident, and now after some time she starts seeing red eyes. The strangest thing is that a lot of hands come to their windows. Even the vehicles were sleeping. Yes, you have the same dream again. Now in her dream we see small cars where she was sitting and having dinner with her mom, and it was the time of the plane accident. She asks her mom that the mark on her leg will fade away soon. No? His mother replied, I don't know, son, it may be possible that he should never go, the food always remains on your leg. She looks at the big mirror in front. This has made her mother's image quite ugly. It seemed no, so Kat Lee asked her mom if she had died in the plane accident. Sundar's mom felt very bad, so she came near him and asked him to stop asking such useless questions. It has been 3 months since the plane accident, and now when his mom was washing the utensils, she heard a strange noise. It doesn't seem so. As she looked towards her mother, Korn's head started shaking strangely. Then her mother turned her neck badly and started surrounding Katia. This terrible dream opened her eyes, and when we got the results, she got very scared. There is a small shock in the plane, but due to this all the passengers become very nervous. Her husband's health suddenly becomes so bad that he becomes unconscious. That's why all the passengers along with the air hostess do not go to help him. Where the man was cut, she made him lie down on the ground to give CPR. Due to which suddenly the man regained consciousness, but he was also white. He started shaking vigorously. Suddenly he gets up and catches Katia. He starts speaking good mantras in her ears. At the thought of doing so he once again fell down, But here Parika was quite frightened because she had again seen the white eyes which she had seen of that old woman in her childhood. She was thinking about this when she saw a hand behind the reporter and she went into deep thought. So and the old man dies. Due to bad weather, the plane was also going out of control. Therefore, the air hostess asks everyone to sit at their respective seats and wear oxygen masks. As she starts to approach, there is a strong shock as the air hostess hits the roof and falls down and becomes unconscious right there. Due to lack of oxygen here, Arthritis slowly regains consciousness. Here in his thoughts he starts seeing the same old woman again. Within some time, Ika Dia had regained consciousness. The complaint had also come under your control. So she quickly gets up and goes to her daughter. The girl was crying a lot, so I cut her. Doesn't keep him steady. Just then a reporter came near the account and asked what had happened to you suddenly. While telling her about the old woman on whom the lamp was lit, she said that in my childhood, the same incident had happened to me in the plane, when some time ago in the same plane, I had seen an old woman with white hair, who was studying in the temple, and it is exactly the same temple. No, he did not tell me in my ears, he cut it further. She tells him that I believe that old woman is Mohsin Anaj because everyone except me was killed in that plane accident. That's why now the spirit of that old woman wants to kill me. Hearing all this, the reporter says no, look, you should not get worried thinking anything like this, and yes you do this, also stop taking your medicines because I think it is happening because of those pills, that is, you are having such thoughts. Someone went to her daughter who was making a drawing of a lane. In the drawing, her daughter had also made a seat for roll number 19, on which she was insisting to go and sit, to which she clearly refused. Now here it seemed that before plane 19, because I heard my mom's voice, it means that she is trying to tell me about something, or rather she is trying to do it, and the businessman tells the artist that I was in the past. I have been traveling for a week. Saying that I want to visit my family, I show the picture of my family to the artist, but the artist was so strange that he did not allow even a little bit of permission on this, but was busy in making his drugs. It happens. Even then we saw that the artist was making drawings for this businessman. What she sees is that my daughter is talking to someone on the back seat, but now when Kadian looks up, she does not see anyone sitting on the back seat. When asked, the daughter told that there is a girl sitting on the back seat, who is telling me that your mom will leave you. Hearing this, she hugs her daughter and explains that my love, my daughter, I will not leave you and go anywhere. Then the air hostess comes and announces that due to the storm the plane is being landed in Innova. This was actually the same QKTG and was from 20 years ago. We were going with my mom. Now Tia here had to suspect the air hostess because she did not go and tell the pilot about Buri's death. After some time, we noticed that there was no cylinder under the businessman's seat, that's why the businessman took out his cigarette and started lighting it. Cut it off after seeing him. Understanding the whole thing, she got scared, immediately got up to stop him, but by then it was too late because the businessman had taken it. This happens, the gas catches fire as if the businessman is in a hurry. He sees Dia in the fire who was staring at him and shouting at him, till now the air hostess comes and quickly extinguishes the fire which saves the businessman's life, but he is completely unconscious. Meanwhile, Karia sees a shadow which was going near her daughter. Seeing this, she quickly started going towards her daughter, but she found herself sitting in front with whom she got lost in thoughts. The time that she spent a day before boarding the plane with her daughter, here we saw that there was a scar on her leg which had been formed due to the injury in the plane accident. She came out of her thoughts as soon as she was with him. Whereas I was continuously looking at one place, then his daughter asked, "Mama, why are you doing this? Why are you continuously looking at one place? You were so engrossed in seeing that place that you didn't even see me. What do I say about Sundar?" My daughter says this and hugs him. He comes to Taka Dia and tells that the businessman's condition has become worse. So come quickly, he needs your help. His eyes also increase on the artist who was still engrossed in his work, drawing quickly while speaking something or the other. Seeing his behavior like this, she says that now she gets more worried. That's why she started shouting at the artist, but it didn't make any difference to her. Seeing the crocodile in such distress, the voter had to come to him and take care of him, and the businessman was somehow trying to reach his phone by extending his hand. Seeing this, the artist got up and started taking the phone and started showing it to the businessman, which had a picture of the businessman's family. Actually, the businessman was about to grow, but he wanted to see his family in his last moments. When he feels relieved after seeing his family, he smiles, and with this he dies. She said some shameful thing near the party and apologizes that I behaved like this with you, sorry for that. She notices that the bad woman is not sitting on her seat. She remembers that yes, the old woman spent a lot of time in the washroom. She was being troubled by the fact that she had not yet returned from the washroom, hence Gatia, in tension, started banging the washroom door hard. Seeing this, the air hostess feels as if Gatia is not in her right mind, so she asks her to go back to the seat and sit, but she does not agree. Still insists on opening the door. So House Tax quickly opens the door. But the old woman is not found inside. The old woman was standing near this band, so is she watching or Chanakia? The man's eyes open, which are still white, and he suddenly attacks her. In defense of herself, as soon as she ate, she stepped back a little. When she falls on the back seat, a lot of black hands come there and start trying to check her. She gets very scared and starts screaming. But meanwhile, she had noticed that I was on row number 19. During the plane accident in her childhood, she also said that the seat was of U919. After something happens to them, Katia regains consciousness and gets up from the seat. The old woman sees that the dead body of the case is still lying in front. She is the same as she was, and now that she has moved on, she looks at someone again. She became very scared and quickly came to her son. "We have to leave the plane right now." Seeing this, the hotel started trying to stop him. Suddenly his eyes also start bleeding, due to which he became unconscious. Then suddenly an air hostess's mouth also starts watering. She started suffering badly. Even the hostess had turned white. Fell on this ground. He dies there. She felt strange here, so she quickly talked to the artist. She snatches his one and starts looking at it. Yes, he realized that the artist had made its drawing. All of them have died, according to which the next incident took place. Now I could ask something from arts. His body burns and suddenly turns into ashes. She got so scared that she quickly held her daughter's hand. What is not visible in the pilot's cabin? Even though the air hostess was refusing her to do so, she does not stop. An unknown force of persona picks up the stewardess and takes her with her. Soon, even the reporter's route seemed to be lost. The one who grew so much, why did he fall there? He dies on the spot. Sahira got into trouble and got scared and broke her door. But there is no question of doing this, but there is no one from the same pilot, but there is another cabin of the plane where I had eaten all day, and it was exactly the same day as it was on the plane of my childhood. Then she said and moved ahead. She opens the pilot's cabin but gets the plane time with streets again. After doing this again and again, she was coming in the cabin with travelers, which Tia realized, as if I was stuck in a loop. This thing is not ending, it is happening again and again, but now suddenly Katia sees that my daughter is sitting on number 19, who was calling her mom to her. Then there was a car. If she sees her daughter's very close XI, she quickly runs to that side to save her daughter. Yes, he saw that all this is not of anyone else, but he had seen the plane in his childhood before being destroyed. He tells that when the plane was about to be destroyed, "I had heard you because then I did not want me was that you or your mother will die. But your mother died in the plane accident. So now I want you to go to past Moji. At that time, go and fix the things of laughter, do this, makes it free from your magic." That is, Kaikism is fine in his hands. Now we saw that return to our mother's time when the plane's accident was going to happen. Here all the travelers were sitting here who was traveling within the present time. The old woman and her husband came at the moment that they were sitting on the back seat. Then this band of an old woman suffered a heart attack. So the glass mom goes to help him. That is, in the present time, just as people had helped, in the same way one comes nearby that mom was also helping everyone. In prison time, Katia's daughter will sit on the same road number 19 saying so that Katia and her mom could save their lives nearby. Where only Katia survived, but his mom was killed, after which Katia goes to him once again. when she was a child, who is shown to be the time to be destroyed by the plane. The scene we saw in the beginning also, if Gathier's mother fainted here, then it was of some kind. After pulling his death on road number 19, he lays the plane and all the people were killed in it, Shiva too, and that comment was given and his mother, and this is the story of this film along with it.